Hey everybody, good morning. Today we're taking a look at 1 Kings number 12. We see, Solomon's dead, King Solomon's dead, and his son, Rehoboam, is taking over the throne, and he is, the people come to him and they say, hey, some of the people said, hey, your father put a heavy yoke on us. He really made life a little difficult. Can you lighten this up a little bit? They're asking the king for a little bit of compassion, and the king says, okay, go away, come back in 3 days, and I'll give you my answer. So what the king does is he goes to his fathers, he goes to Solomon's advisors and asks them, and they say, yes, it'll be a good thing. If you lighten it just a little bit, they'll follow you all the days of your life. And then he goes to his friends, the people that he grew up with, and say, what do you think I should do? And they say, well, if they're asking you that, you should make it harder for them. You should make it harder for them to do life. You should make that yoke a little tighter, a little stronger, a little heavier. So, which one does he listen to? And we have that in our lives. God puts people in our lives, and there are some are meant to be fathers, as men, and I'm speaking to you as men. So there are some men in our lives are meant to be father figures, and some men in our lives are meant to be brothers. And we need to know which one to go for in different situations for different things. You see, spiritual fathers are the ones that are to help you grow spiritually. They're the ones that you tell the deepest things to. They're the ones who are supposed to have a little more wisdom to lead you in the right direction. Spiritual brothers are the ones that you share just life with, and they're more for not necessarily advice on how to rule a kingdom or how to rule your kingdom, but more for just to have a little bit of fun, more for just to, let's just have some Christian fun. And that's what the brothers are there for. And, I'm fortunate enough to have both of those in my life. I have brothers, I have sons, I have spiritual fathers. I have all of this in my life. And, we need all of this in our lives. And you see, the king chooses to listen to his brothers, his friends, instead of his elders. And what happens? It leads to him losing most of his kingdom. Now, of course, God did predestine this to happen. He said this was going to happen. And the king is just following in those footsteps. Yes, he is. But if he had listened to the advice of the elders, things might have turned out a little differently. If he had listened to his spiritual elders, things might have turned out a little differently for him. And I'm thankful that I have spiritual elders in my life. I'm thankful that I have spiritual brothers in my life and spiritual sons. And if you're a lady listening to this, you need spiritual moms. You need to have people who are deeper in the faith, who are more mature in the faith, teaching you and just sharing their wisdom with you. You need to have sisters that you can bounce stuff off of, and you need to have spiritual daughters that you are teaching. Even if you've only been a Christian for a short time, there's still something for you to teach somebody. So who we listen to in our lives is very important. And as the king found out here, he lost a majority of his kingdom because of who he listened to. He listened to the wrong group of people, and it led him in the wrong direction. So our message today is, who do you listen to? Your spiritual elders will lead you correctly. Your spiritual brothers, have fun and do some life with them. And your spiritual sons, lead them correctly. Teach them. So, have a super day, guys. I love you all.